Change is everywhere. Inventions, innovations, gadgets, the internet. Science and technology is redefining the way we live. Rappler brings you the frontline news on this brave new world. Hi, I'm Matthew Ang for our top stories.
And today, I'm excited to share a preview of the new M release of Android.
The coolest tech from Google's I/O event, from Android M to Google Cardboard, jump cameras, Project Jacquard, and Project Soli. Over at Apple, design genius Jony Ive gets a promotion. And an origami robot and a drone the size of a hummingbird. Google went into overdrive for this year's I/O event, unveiling a slew of innovations.
The central theme of M is improving the core user experience of Android.
Google announces what it calls its most powerful Android release to date. What's awesome about Android M? There's Now on Tap, which makes getting what you need from your phone faster than ever.
Here, you see an email from my friend Ali about catching a movie. I want to find out more. So all I have to do is a simple tap and hold on the home button. Google Now brings me information about Tomorrowland,
without having to leave the app or website you're using. There's improved battery life thanks to the new Doze option that cuts down background app activity. Google also launches unlimited photo and video storage, available to users on web, Android, and iOS. It also releases contactless payment system Android Pay, its answer to Apple Pay.
The phone will then make a secure NFC exchange with the payment terminal, and then the payment goes through, and you get the Android Pay notification of the transaction at the top. Fast and simple.
Google's virtual reality project, Google Cardboard, will also be available in iOS for the first time. The company also launches Expeditions, an educational program transporting children to new worlds using cardboard.
Ready? Pick up your devices and look in your cardboard.
New Project Jump demonstrated how Google hopes to capture the world in high-resolution video, using a circular rig of 16 GoPros to capture a 3D 360-degree view of its surroundings. Google says Jump is coming to YouTube in the next few months. Also in the keynote is Project Soli, a miniature radar system that makes you control almost everything. The Soli system tracks hand movements to input commands like volume control, swiping, and button pushing. People can control the smallest wearable without ever having to touch it. And speaking of wearables, Project Jacquard wants to turn clothes into wearables by weaving sensors into fabrics, transforming them into interactive surfaces that recognize simple touch gestures. Apple's design guru Jony Ive has just been promoted to Chief Design Officer. He retains control over industrial design and user interface divisions, but he'll step back from day-to-day operations. The revelation was made on The Telegraph during a federal holiday in the UK and a bank holiday in the United States, avoiding a sudden dip in Apple stocks. The story enigmatically says Jony Ive will travel more. Business Insider asks, is this the end of the Jony Ive era? Periscope, Twitter's live streaming video app, arrives on Android. The Android app's development went full throttle after its iOS debut early this year. Periscope for Android has all the functionality of the iOS version, but with some new perks, including a return to broadcast feature. Rival Meerkat actually beat Periscope to Android, but Periscope made sure it arrives on Android on steroids. And back to Google. It's not all sunshine and roses over at the tech giant. On May 1, a Google drone crashed east of Albuquerque. Popular Science reports the solar-powered drone crashed shortly after takeoff. No one was injured. The 50-foot wingspan Solara 50 is designed to work best at high altitudes and was aiming for 65,000 feet. It was supposed to stay up there for 5 years, functioning as a satellite. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the crash. This is the Black Hornet Nano UAV, and it fits into the palm of your hand. It may be the size of a hummingbird, but it sure lives up to its name. The Black Hornet offers intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance support to armed forces in mission-critical operations. This little bug has already seen action in Afghanistan. What's this little tinfoil over here? Meet the miniature origami robot. It self-folds, walks, swims, and degrades. Popular Science reports this tiny robot made by researchers at MIT and TU Munich will fold itself into a robot, roll away, do a figure eight around 2 columns, crawl up an arm, push a foam block into a bin, swim, carry a load that's twice its weight, climb a slope, dig through a pile of loose foam cubes, and then dissolve when dropped into a jar of acetone. Here's how it works. It's made of PVC with lines that fold around a magnet. It has 4 electromagnetic coils, which turn on and off and makes the robot move forward. Nanoscale version can be developed for medical use, for putting under the skin or into the body. Researchers and developers at MIT develop a robot that acts like a cheetah. It looks, runs, and jumps like a cheetah. Robots that run and jump aren't new, but it's the first time in robotics that the 4-legged prototype can detect obstacles and jump over hurdles as it runs. Iceland-based robotics company Össur is taking prosthetics for amputees to a whole new level. These bionic legs move just by thinking about it. Popular Science reports Össur manufactures the property of foot, a wearable robot with algorithms and sensors that adjust the angle of the foot to the person's stride. When the electrical impulse from a user's brain reaches the base of the leg, a pair of sensors embedded in the muscle tissue connect the neural dots and wirelessly transmit the signal to the robotic foot. Facebook confirms it will now support animated GIFs in its newsfeed. Not everyone will see the added functionality immediately. The move is a change in direction for Facebook, which once said it won't support GIFs because it will make newsfeed too chaotic. To try the new feature, Facebook users can paste a link to a GIF from a third-party website like Giphy, Imgur, or Tumblr into the status update box and then publish. The GIF will be animated in line after you post. Here's a quick way to get started in GIFs. Stacy De Jesus gives us a sneak peek.
Hi, Stacy here. Do you find it easier to express yourself in GIFs? The Facebook Messenger app has recently added a lot of new extensions, including Giphy for Messenger. No longer do you have to go do a Google image search to find the perfect GIF response to your friends. Now, all you have to do is open the More Options icon on the menu panel of your chat screen. Select and install the Giphy extension. Anytime you want to reply with a witty GIF, just click on the Giphy extension in the More Options menu and browse through the hundreds of GIFs available to you per emotion. You'll never be at a loss for reactions again.
The much-publicized bug causing iPhones to crash with just a text message just got a lot worse. It seems to affect Twitter and Snapchat too. The bug causes iPhones to crash when they receive text messages that contain certain Arabic, Marathi, or Chinese characters. But The Guardian reports the problem isn't confined to SMS messages. Messages sent over Twitter, booby-trapped with the characters, will also cause an iPhone to crash if it has notifications turned on. Apple says it will fix the bug in an upcoming software update. The creator of online black market for drugs, Silk Road, faces a lifetime in jail. Ross Ulbright on Friday was sentenced to a life with no parole for his role in creating and running a $1 billion anonymous black market for drugs. Ulbright created Silk Road in 2011. It became the central business district for narcotics trade online, until he got caught in 2013. The judge gave Ulbright the most severe sentence possible, even beyond what prosecution had asked for. And before we go, NASA's MAVEN mission confirms colorful glowing aurora can be seen by the naked eye on Earth's neighbor Mars. And that's SciTech4u, a fun rundown of the nerdiest, smartest science and technology events and breakthroughs on the planet. This is Matthew Ang. See you next week.